Back when I started this channel, I was really interested in doing reviews on shows, and I wasn't sure if I was going to. Then came Legendary Defender Voltron, and since I loved the original series, I totally ran with it. It was the first thing I reviewed, and I've reviewed every episode up till now. Whew, it's been a while.
Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing
The second half of Season 5 of Voltron Legendary Defender. And this whole season kicked it up a notch. Up till now, I've been giving it Electrum ratings and a couple silver ratings, but point blank, this season knocks it out of the park. I'm not sure, as I sit here to start watching it again, whether I'm going to give it gold or platinum. But in case this is your first time here, what I do here is I take apart stories. I examine them, I review them, and I come up with thoughts on how and why we tell stories. And in this case, this season is amazing when it comes to themes and symbolism. So if that sounds interesting to you, click the subscribe button, because I do theory videos on Sunday, Throwback Thursday on Thursday, and reviews as stories come up. The first half of this season was full of gut punches. The episode The Prisoner has a nice bait and switch. By the time we got to Postmortem, I had forgotten there was an episode called Postmortem, which made me sit there and go, wow, we killed a main character. Now, that's not to say that I love everything about the show. There are still some flaws in it. But it is still pretty awesome. And I love the way that they mix and match magic and technology, making you sit there and wonder which is which. Not so happy with the fact that we still have Princess Allura instead of Queen Allura. But let's throw this up there and see if that gets changed.
So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. Ba-da-na-na.
And this first episode's name, I had to look up the spelling. Kralzira. I actually wasn't even close to the spelling. This starts off looking like it's a Blade of Memora episode, and at first I was thinking we were going to catch up with Keith. Now, we do a little. Even more than that, it's really a Galra episode, where we really get to see who the possible enemies are. I love when they were going through them, and they're like, oh, that one's a reckless evil, that's the color-coded evil, that's the cat's paws evil. But they're all just evil. And the Kralzira is a rite of combat for the throne. Basically, you have to grab a torch, run it up these stairs, and stop everyone from getting to you. And the Blade of Memora wants to blow up the whole thing, including the big torch, and be done with this. But before they can, Lotor and Black Lion showed up, and Lotor's got Black Bayard again. Really thinking they're really showcasing that a lot this year. But we spend most of the episode with some sweet Galra on Galra action, as they're fighting to see who it is that can get to the stairs. Now, Hagar considers it a foregone conclusion that the Empire has fallen by the end of it. And I think that's pretty amazing if you think about it. Because, I mean, that's even before Voltron gets formed. Civil wars are always anything but. In fact, civil wars are some of the most bloody and fierce. Lotor does, though, make it up to the torch and light the flame, making him the technical emperor of the remnants of the Empire, I'm guessing. But that leads right into episode number 5, Bloodlines. We start off with the sad idea of going home, because Matt and Kate say goodbye to Dad, who's going home to build up Galaxy Garrison, and he's bringing at least one alien craft with him, and who knows how much information could be cracked full in that ship, plus what he's learned on his own. The Galra Civil War is raging pretty hard, as Keith has to contact Krula, a Blade of Memora spy on a weapon design base inside the front lines of the war. Watching the quick tone shift this episode, though, is pretty amazing. 1 second the Paladins are joking on the Capitol base, and then the next word is civil war, and it's a bit jarring. I think it's meant to be, though. Between the very serious story, we have Hunk, Pedge, and Lance, and their new funbot pranking around. It stands out that we see a full capital ship being blasted apart, and capital ships are full of Galra, meaning we then have Keith, a half Galra, right there, with looking for the spy, a Blade of Gamora member. Now, he meets up with this woman, and she tells us that the super quintessence was found and is part of this super weapon. Of course, she never actually tells us what the super weapon is. Meaning, while Lotor and Allura are searching Hagar's room, we have a search for alchemical tricks. And we get this compass stone. It's a way of finding something magical called Uri, and might as well be Atlantis, let's be honest. Meanwhile, back with the Funbot has won over at least two of the Galra guards. And that's kind of cool because we saw them chasing him earlier. I get the feeling that the lightheartedness of the gang is rubbing off on the Galra, and that's always a good thing. Meanwhile, Keith and Corolla, who at first I thought she might be a new love interest for him, ends up being a family connection instead. Hi, Mommy. Anyway, a new Robeast or something like a Robeast attacks, and one of the best lines is Cruella. I didn't give them it. I gave them to it. They had me going, though. I really thought it was going to be the White Lion that we have heard about. But either way, going into the last episode, everything's looking awesomely set up. And then we go into episode 6, White Lion. Ooh, I've been waiting for this. The wise stand back from the fire, fools burn on the pyre. The mystic becomes one with the flame, the embers and he are the same. I don't know what Lance is talking about. That was a pretty good song. But alright, so we're going to take that one for theoretical physics, as we have a white hole, and only Voltron can make it through. Or at least that's what you think. Then we get to the White Lion, which isn't a new lion. It's a pure construct of quintessence that protects the door. Lotor tells them that only worthy Alteans can pass, but it blasts Voltron back into its base 5 lions. Allura, still princess, not queen, and Lotor are the only ones that can enter this magical place. So the lion eats the two of them, and then boom, they're in Ori, while the paladins need to repair the castle. This is another great character building episode, especially playing the connection between Lotor and Allura. I'm betting there's going to be a lot of people shipping them at this point. And of course, playing up the fact that Pidge is getting kind of annoyed as Lance is everything they said taking out of context. Lots of little things that you can point to in this episode where things just feel, I don't know, like there's a dramatic thing coming. And of course, that pays off big time when Lance and Shiro start talking about what exactly is going on. And Shiro even says he doesn't feel like himself. Conspiracy theory confirmed. He's Hagar's mole. Okay, so inside the alchemical place, Allura is at peace, a true hero, but Lotor isn't as worthy as he thought, because he tries to beat the lion. And boomda, he's kicked the heck out. You know, one of those reasons I can't quite put my finger on what's going on with Lotor, he's not part of the Blade of Memora. He's not really ever shown to be going against his father. Even the story he tells. The whole, oh, I was banished because of this. I don't know. And then there's the fact that he doesn't even want to consider that Hathor is his mother. And Hathor didn't even know she was his mother. I mean, the whole thing is just so weird. But alright, then we get the same answer that everyone learns in this sort of episode. The truth has been in you all along, Princess Allura. Seriously, become queen now. And the secret of Altiran alchemy is now given to her. Hopefully this means a peaceful way out of all of this. Way back in those first couple of episodes of Voltron Legendary Defender, I was so impressed that it wasn't just form Blazing Sword, form Voltron, beat Robeast. But it's gotten even better. I mean, there's some really dramatic, thought-provoking stuff going on in here. This season especially, with everything going on with Lotor, and now everything going on with Allura, and the whole Shiro thing. I mean, there's just a lot to think about and go through. So I'm really curious what everyone thinks this time. What is it you've been thinking about the legendary Defender Voltron? And what is it you'd like to see? I'm really hoping they go back to Galaxy Garrison and get Car Voltron ready. But we'll see. Overall, I'm going to give this season a solid gold. Even with me being partially spoiled, they had some really good out of left wing stuff that made me sit there and go, wow, I didn't see that coming. However, at the end, Hagar does have a spy inside the ship, and I'm pretty sure it's Shiro she's seeing through the eyes of. And that's kind of sad, because Shiro is one of the characters that I really, really want to pull for. But overall, all 6 episodes were great, and I can't wait for the next 6. I hope they come out soon. What about you guys? Tell me in the comments what it is you think. And if I get any comments that are worth recommending. Maybe I'll do a follow-up episode. If not, then I will definitely post anyone's comments in my next Voltron video when Season 6 starts. For now, though, if you enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up and share this video. I'm trying to build a big community here. And of course, that means if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, because we're going to go on a magical mystery tour of everything that is stories, and we're going to figure out why we tell stories, and what ways we do, and how we tell them. And then we're going to try to snip that up and try and figure out what that says about us as a people. That sounds interesting? I hope you join us as we walk through the heart of the stories we tell.